Inside the Magic, covering Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Studios, and more. We know fun.
Inside the Magic, and I'm here. Hello from the Disneyland Resort here in sunny Southern California. That's the Mickey and Friends parking structure. And today is September 7th, 2018, and it's a very exciting day for me because it marks the very first day of Halloween Time 2018 at Disneyland Resort. This tram's gonna pass us right here. This is episode 13 of Inside Disneyland Resort, which is completely coincidental that it happens to be the beginning of Halloween Time. I did not plan it that way, but 13 is a great time, a great number to do our Halloween coverage, walking around, checking out all the decorations, everything new and changed now that we have entered the spooky season here at the Disneyland Resort. There's Oogie Boogie, there's Cars Land, Haul-O-Ween. We're gonna look at all that stuff. But first, look at this parking structure going up on the former Pinocchio parking lot. That should hopefully be open by the time Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opens up next summer. We're gonna walk this way and go through downtown Disney District first. Let's go. Okay, and here we are at downtown Disney District where all these restaurants are still closed. Rainforest Cafe, ESPN Zone, the Earl of Sandwich, and then the AMC Theaters also closed. But there are rumors now that the big hotel project is on hold, that Earl of Sandwich might be opening up again soon. Those are just rumors though. Disney has not made any official announcements about that, nor has Earl of Sandwich. But here's the Halloween Time banners. You got Cars Land, Haul-O-Ween with Vampire Mater there on the lamp post. And then over on the other side is Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas, welcoming us here to Disneyland Resort for Halloween time. There's Oogie Boogie. We're going to continue down the path to the parks. And then over here at Pin Traders in downtown Disney District, we've got a really nice selection of Halloween-themed pins and lanyards. There's Mickey as a jack-o'-lantern. You got Mickey and Minnie as a witch and a vampire. Mickey vampire, Minnie witch on her own. Donald the devil, that's probably my favorite of these. Goofy as a mummy. Pluto howling at the trick-or-treat moon. And then you got these glow lanyards with the characters on them down there. It says trick or treat. On this side we've got Star Wars Halloween pins with C-3PO and R2-D2 as a skeleton and a ghost. Here's Yoda with a jack-o'-lantern, some candy. This one's going to be popular. This is BB-8 in pumpkin and jack-o'-lantern form. That's a really cool one. And you got some assorted phrases, Halloween-themed phrases, and then a few different lanyard choices there. So pin collectors have a lot to be excited about this Halloween at Disneyland Resort. And here in kind of the center of the downtown Disney District, we've got these nice pumpkin displays, decor in the planters in the center of the walkway. They've kind of been using these stands for all the different seasons, and they'll just kind of put whatever is happening at the moment in these stands. But I like what they're doing. I like what they've done here with the pumpkins. These have a lot of growths on them, but it's kind of eerie, and it works for Halloween to me. I think this is a pretty attractive looking display for the season. We'll spin around here and we'll take a look at this one as we approach Splitsville on the other side there. Gourds, so many gourds. And the pattern just kind of repeats. Over here near the Wonderground Gallery and the Disney Home Store over there. Just got more pumpkins, and that's nice. Gets you in the mood for the Halloween season. We're going to continue walking down here through downtown Disney District and make our way to the parks. Oh, I see some Halloween merch available here in the Disney Home Store, formerly D Street. Some nice decorations, some Mickey jack-o'-lanterns, cauldrons, ghost mugs, and some treats, and some actual trick-or-treating buckets there in the Mickey jack-o'-lantern shape. Actually, this is really cool too. There's plenty of Haunted Mansion merchandise for sale at the Disney Home Store as well. Just a whole bunch of cool stuff that you can put in your home. You got these nifty mugs, the Hatbox Ghost, candle holders. I might have to get some of this stuff. Wine glasses, aprons, there's a mirror over here, hand towels, and then there's an entire Nightmare Before Christmas shelf. It's Jack Skellington. These are holiday ornaments featuring Jack's face. Those are really cool. And mugs, more ornaments. There's a mug with the mayor's face on it. And then just another assortment of Halloween goodies. You got a Goofy decoration as a mummy, Halloween ornaments, I want candy sign, I want candy, and a countdown to Halloween calendar. So much cool stuff. Let's keep going here. And then over here at the Disney dress shop, there's this cool new, I think it's new, Sally dress from Nightmare Before Christmas. And to go with it, you've got Zero as a little purse with his pumpkin jack-o'-lantern nose. Take a look around the back. And there's also this Sally sweater. Let's keep going. And then over here for our last stop at the downtown Disney District, we're at the World of Disney store, which is still only half complete with its giant refurbishment, but there's a nice Halloween display here too. And we're going to see a lot of Halloween merchandise today, but we're not going to look at all of it, but just wanted to give you a general idea of the kind of stuff you can pick up. Look at these orange Halloween shiny mini Mickey, or I guess it's mini, yeah, mini ears with a bow. Nice Happy Halloween Mickey jack-o'-lantern t-shirt. And then around this side, we've seen some of this stuff already over at the Disney Home Store. Mickey jack-o'-lantern antenna toppers. Lots of cool stuff. But there's more to see inside the parks themselves, so let's head over there. Okay, I've arrived here in the Esplanade that separates Disneyland from Disney California Adventure Theme Park. to find that they've got these great banners back up again. These were up for the first time last year, 2017, for the Halloween time season.
I just have to wait until...
And they're back up again this year, which is fantastic because I love them. And they represent 6 different attractions in Disneyland that have kind of a spookier element to them. This one's Pirates of the Caribbean. And then you've got bats flying over the rivers of America. And there's the Hatbox Ghost from the Haunted Mansion. And the Yeti, or Abominable Snowman, in the Matterhorn. And then the last 2 are bats once again in Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, which is accurate because there are bats, animatronic, or I guess little flappy bats in that ride. And then finally there's Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy. And then the really cool thing is, if you turn around and face the other park, Disney California Adventure, you get a whole new series of banners reflecting that park. It's kind of hard to see these because we're facing the sun as well, so they're a little backlit. But these are Grizzly River Run, Mickey's Fun Wheel, I guess now it's a Pixar Pal Around. There's bats on the Incredicoaster. Now this is a little odd, I just noticed this. It still says Paradise Pier. Guess what? It's not called Paradise Pier anymore, it's Pixar Pier. So that might be a little bit of an oversight, or they just weren't that concerned about it. Here's bats on Soarin' Around the World. Bats on Radiator Springs Racers. They're little car bats. And finally, bats over Buena Vista Street. It's backlit still. There you go. There's the Carthay Circle restaurant and the trolley. And then, as it was last year, once again, you've got this great...
You're joking! You're joking! I can't believe my eyes!
Talking.
All these people here to see little old me!
Oogie Boogie. And he does talk. Every few minutes he'll say a nice phrase down at the people waiting to go into the park. And that's kind of backlit as well. Sorry about that. Let's zoom in. We'll see him a little bit better. There's Oogie with the jack-o'-lanterns, and it says Disney California Adventure still, but the O has also been replaced by a black jack-o'-lantern. Really like what they do in the Esplanade these days for Halloween. Later on we'll take a look at the entrance to Disneyland when we head over to that park. But for now we're going to go into Disney California Adventure and look at the Halloween decorations in that park. Alright, and we're inside Disney California Adventure now. There's the back side of Oogie Boogie's moon. And we'll turn around here and look down Buena Vista Street at all the nice purple Halloween decorations. But first, let's take a peek at the guide map, the Disney California Adventure guide map for the Halloween time season, with Vampire Mater on the cover there and Cars Land Haul-O-Ween featured. The cool thing, or the interesting thing, if we open this up here, something's missing. As you might have seen in the last episode of Inside Disneyland Resort, A Bug's Land has been shut down. And on the map here, between Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout and Cars Land, there's just a big green area representing the area that used to be Bug's Land, A Bug's Land, and what will become the Marvel superhero themed area here at Disney California Adventure. And we're going to take a look at that a little bit later on as we make our way through the park. But first, let's look at these decorations. You got very similar to last year, but different enough to make it noteworthy as we walk down Buena Vista Street here. Still purple, but just slightly, a slight variation on what we had last year at the 5 and Dime, and then you got a bat motif once again, as it was last year, coming down Buena Vista Street at Disney California Adventure. There's some bats and bunting or banners, whatever you want to call it. All the way down until we get to Carthay Circle and the Carthay Circle restaurant, which again, like last year, they've put these really cool looking bats. So many bats at Disneyland during the Halloween season. But these bats are coming out of the belfry, appropriately, up there at the top of Carthay Circle restaurant. Zoom way in on that and you can see the bats kind of erupting out of there. And at nighttime, they do a nice little show, a light show with Oogie Boogie's voice, and then some lights that highlight those bats. Over here, where the Christmas tree goes at Christmas time, we've got the return of the Headless Horseman from The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I really love this statue, and this at nighttime this is lit really well too, and it's got the smoke coming out of the horse's nose and stuff. It's just so cool. We'll go around and take a look from the other side. I just really like this statue and the atmosphere that it brings to the park at this time of year. Just so cool looking, and it works well with Disney history, considering Disney made that animated version of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow with Ichabod and Mr. Toad way back when. So that's always a favorite thing to see. In the last 2 years here at Disney California Adventure during Halloween time. And then over here at the popcorn stand right by the Headless Horseman statue, there's a new Oogie Boogie popcorn bucket, which is really cool, and I've already purchased one because I can't resist. I just really like the design and the colors, all the orange and purple on this one. And it's Oogie there, and you've got the Carthay Circle belfry in the background and some bats flying around, of course. And then they also have from last year the Oogie Boogie shaped popcorn bucket with the dice, holding the dice. Okay, here's something cool that I just picked up about these new purple banners. I don't think they were like this last year, but if you look at the design under the bat here, at this shape, this is actually a bat too. It's a bat hanging upside down with his wings folded. And then if you go to the next one, the wings start to unfold. And then if you follow the banners down the street, it's almost kind of like stop motion animation, because here's the bat has turned around, straight up, right side up, and then on the next one, where is it? He's got his wings open a little bit more, and then he's like taking flight. Look, then it's almost the same wingspan as the black bat above him. And look, now he's like in full wingspan flight by the end of the street down there. So that's pretty cool, and I don't know, it took me a little bit to figure out what was going on there. I like that effect a lot. We're heading down into Hollywoodland. And here at the Sunset Showcase Theater is the first day of meet and greets for Disney Junior's Vampirina. I think I'm saying that right. Vampirina. I haven't seen the show, but the meet and greet seems to be popular already. So I kind of forgot to mention when we were out in the Esplanade that Pixar Fest ended this week, and with it ended the Pixar Shorts Film Festival that was here at the Sunset Showcase Theater, formerly the Muppet Theater. So we'll see what goes in there next. I think it's going to be another sneak peek for an upcoming Disney movie. And we've got an annual pass holder area up over here. We're going to see what they are handing out for Halloween time to annual pass holders. So this is really cool. If you come over here to Stage 17 area at Disney California Adventure, there's this annual pass holder area for Halloween time. If you wait in this short line over here, you can grab yourself a free button, which I've already done. And it's going to be a new one every week, every Monday, they said. The first one is Oogie Boogie for Halloween time. That's a really cool, a nice button. And those are going to be highly collectible. There's also a photo op for Oogie Boogie back there. I didn't want to wait in that line, but people love the photo ops, so that's a good one to grab while you're here as well, if you don't mind waiting. Okay, now I'm here at the back end of Hollywoodland at the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout attraction, formerly the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, and at the back entrance to A Bug's Land, where, as you've probably seen, reported elsewhere already this week, they've put up this construction wall now that A Bug's Land has been closed down, and they put up this Stark Industries logo, which is a very obvious clue as to what's coming inside here in just a couple years. And peeking in through the hole here, you can still see the Bugs Land sign. So not much has changed in there in the few days since it's been shut down. But very soon they will start knocking all that down and putting up the Marvel superhero themed land that's going inside where Bugs Land used to be. Of course, the other side, the front side of A Bug's Land, has been taken over by Marvel as well, with the same Stark Industries logo emblazoned across this construction wall. You can see the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout building there in the background, the way background, and the old Bugs Land sign is still there behind this wall. But we're going to head on into Cars Land for the second annual Haul-O-Ween celebration overlay here at Disney California Adventure. And for Haul-O-Ween, which has just replaced the Pixar Fest decorations that were here previously, we've got this big billboard sign that says Happy Haul-O-Ween from Cars Land. You've got a car witch flying past the moon there. And here's the life-size car witch that you can have your photo taken with here at the Cars Land entrance. I really like what they did with Cars Land for Haul-O-Ween last year, and I'm expecting that it's going to be mostly the same. Of course, this all looks much, much cooler at nighttime, but it's only about 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now, so we're going to see what we see during the day as we walk through. There's just a bunch of little details, like this face on this oil can that lights up at night. And Tow Mater's Junkyard Jamboree becomes Mater's Graveyard Jamboree for Halloween. I'm pretty sure those bat wings are new. From what I recall last year, I don't remember if those were there, so that's cool. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe those were there last year. I might be wrong about that, but you can check the footage. They dressed this tractor up as a mummy over here for Haul-O-Ween. Stand is another like neat little photo op. Then you've got these movie posters that, let's see, I think these are the same ones that were here last year, except for maybe one of them. This one says Blackout on Route 66. This is Hocus Spocus. I remember that from last year, I think. This one I don't remember. This might be a new one. Undead Batteries and Undead Batteries Jump Again, double feature. And then you got Escape to Hitch Mountain. I think that was here last year. They kind of rotate out these movie posters. They're all Cars puns. And then across the way here at Sarge's, there's these gas cans that have been turned into a pumpkin patch. And these spiders made out of some automotive equipment, and it looks like a battery or something. And then there's Haul-O-Ween lights on the tree over here. Some orange and purple lights with more spiders. Continue walking down Radiator Springs. And let's see. Got some nice little garland, like orange garland, around the Cozy Cone Motel. And of course, there's Lightning McQueen in his superhero Halloween costume. Haul-O-Ween costume. Meeting with guests. And then it says trunk or treat on this big billboard over here. Got some nice looking chains and it looks like kind of moss type cobwebs around Flo's V8 Cafe. Oh, and they've got this used to be a Mr. Toad's Wild Ride vehicle that has been turned into a kind of life-size Cars spider. You can have your photo taken in there as well. I really like this piece. And then we'll head across the street to this souvenir store. And my favorite element by far of Cars Land Haul-O-Ween, this zombie car that was here last year, and it scared the heck out of me. This thing just gave me nightmares, especially at nighttime when I think it comes alive every once in a while all day, but it's most effective at nighttime, as you can expect. It plays like a dying radio station, and smoke starts coming out of the radiator cap there. The lights kind of flicker on and off. Come by here at nighttime, after dark, and check out this zombie car. Get your hex on Route 66. Here at Cars Land Haul-O-Ween. Haul-O-Ween. Continue on down this way. Luigi's Casa della Tires. So Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters is the ride here ordinarily, and for Haul-O-Ween, it's Luigi's Hunkin' Haul-O-Ween, and it's got different songs that they play, just like over there at Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. And they changed the tires here to look like jack-o'-lanterns as well. Over here at Ramon's House of Body Art, they've got this, they called it a Sugar Skull car for kind of a Dia de los Muertos feel. And some orange and yellow flowers, and then some colorful decorations up there. And further on down at the Town Hall of Radiator Springs, they've made it look like a face again, a couple faces up there with traffic cones as teeth and a big wreath made out of wires and stuff. And at nighttime, this is really cool too. It kind of comes alive with a projection mapping effect. And they've also got a big black traffic cone on this statue here to make it look like a witch, kind of. So there's a lot of other little details all around, but again, I'm just really impressed with the way that they transformed Cars Land for the Halloween season. Okay, now we're over here on the west side of Disney California Adventure at Paradise Gardens, which has been transformed from Pixar Pals during Pixar Fest to Plaza de la Familia in celebration of Disney Pixar's Coco. I think this is going to be a tremendously popular spot. Some very nice decorations here. An improvement over last year. Quite a bit. Lots of colorful flowers. We're going to walk in here and see what's going on. There's a mariachi band playing over there on the bandstand. And you've got this really cool display. I'm not sure what this is called exactly, but I really like the look of it. It's almost like a family tree kind of thing. Forgive my ignorance of the culture, but I really like the look of it. Don't know the name. There's some mariachi from the world of the dead. You can write down memories of your loved ones here and hang them up on these chains. There's some arts and crafty kind of stuff around here. You can make these alebrije masks, right? It's Pepita from the movie. And then inside this gazebo here, I think this is pretty similar to what we had last year. They had all this Coco stuff in storage and they've just reinstalled it here. And it's a really nice display because when it was up last year, it was kind of before the movie came out, so people didn't really have an appreciation for it. But now everybody's seen the movie a bunch of times and it's been out in theaters and on home video and on Netflix. So now that we know Coco that much better, we can really appreciate all these displays here. And then this is a real highlight over here. Regularly throughout the day on the stage here at Paradise Gardens, there's Mariachi Espectacular and Mariachi Divas. There's a special menu at the Paradise Garden Grill, similar to last year as well. All kind of themed to Dia de Muertos and Coco. Just so much cool stuff happening here. I can see this becoming a very popular place to hang out at the park during this season. Music is my language, and the world es mi familia. Alright, that's it for Disney California Adventure for now. We didn't see every little Halloween detail, but there's just so much stuff happening for Halloween this year and every year here at Disneyland Resort. We're going to head in to the original Disneyland park right here across the Esplanade where they've got these great jack-o'-lantern decorations back up. These have been around for a while. There's Mickey and Goofy and Donald, and all the characters are represented. Way down there, there's Pluto. Everybody's got a jack-o'-lantern. We're gonna head in and see what it looks like for Halloween time inside the original Disneyland here in Anaheim, California. Okay, now we're here inside the main gates of Disneyland. You can see the back sides of all those pumpkins and the Main Street USA Disneyland Railroad Station behind us here. We got these nifty Mickey jack-o'-lantern Halloween time signage banner thingies here. And of course the flowers are orange and yellow for this season. We're gonna head on into the park. Lots of orange and yellow bunting, as they call it. Looks pretty much the same as it does every year recently. With jack-o'-lanterns decking Main Street USA and Town Square here. Zoom in on a couple of these. Some nice faces, and if you really explore all the jack-o'-lanterns around Main Street USA, you'll see some hidden Easter eggs. Like, I remember Sully from Monsters Inc. is among them. I really like the display over the entrance to the Mad Hatter shop right over here around the corner. Take a peek at that.
Sierra goes, she's looking at Dooney's ... again.
And then, of course, in the middle of Town Square, we've got a giant Mickey Mouse face jack-o'-lantern that everybody lines up for a long while to take their photos in front of, as they're doing right now. Here's Mickey's face as we look down Main Street USA toward Sleeping Beauty Castle there. So you could frame that into a nice shot. Let's continue on into the park. The opposite side of that big Mickey jack-o'-lantern. We're going to continue down Main Street USA. There's some refurb going on here, some refurbishment of these shops along the right-hand side, the east side of Main Street. But the opposite side is looking good and up to par. Got some more jack-o'-lanterns and banners and bunting and whatever you want to call it. And it continues like that until we get down to the hub at the end of Main Street with the partners statue here. There's Mickey and Walt. And you've got, as it is every year, the hub has these jack-o'-lanterns featuring Disney characters around the partner statue. There's Woody, we got Winnie the Pooh, Tinkerbell, Roger Rabbit, a bunch of popular characters there. And then also over here in the hub, we've got another new popcorn bucket, and this is, I don't think it's specific to Disneyland. It says Disney Parks on it. Disney Parks. You got Mickey and Minnie flying on the broom, Minnie in her witch outfit, and Mickey in his kind of vampire cape there. And then on the other side, it's Chip and Dale with bat wings. It says Happy Halloween 2018 with a castle. A castle. No specific castle, but just a castle. Here's something that I did want to pick up. This new green poison apple stein. which is available as of today for Halloween time here at Disneyland. Previously they've had the red poison apple stein, but if you're a collector like me, you're going to want the green one as well. I actually prefer this one. So I just like the look of the green apple in there better than the red one, and I really have always loved this design. Here in New Orleans Square, in the Pieces of 8 gift shop, which is the Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop, we duck through here, we can see Jack and Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas doing a meet and greet photo op with guests there in the courtyard. That's cool. It's kind of a long line to meet Jack and Sally these days, but it is the first day of the Halloween season. And of course, also in New Orleans Square today was the very first day of Haunted Mansion Holiday for this season, where Jack Skellington has decked the halls of the Haunted Mansion. There's Jack up there with his snowflake, and it's a bit of a wait right now. It says 35 minutes to go in the Haunted Mansion for the Halloween, or the Haunted Mansion Holiday overlay starring Nightmare Before Christmas. Very popular every year here at Disneyland. They still are not doing it down at Walt Disney World. Why? I don't know. You'd think it would be a hit down there too. I guess because there are so many more regulars here in Southern California, and Florida is more of a tourist-based resort down there at Walt Disney World. And then over here in Frontierland, right next to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, we've got Zocalo Park and its annual Dia de Muertos display. So now we've got 2 annual Dia de Muertos areas in Disneyland Resort, one in California Adventure and one here at Disneyland. We've got the skeleton mariachis here, as we do every year. And then there's more over here. Always really like this display. Helpful for anyone looking to learn a little bit about Dia de Muertos while you're here at Disneyland at Zocalo Park. And then over here in Tomorrowland at Disneyland, we've got a couple holdovers from Pixar Fest. You got Pizza Planet still around there as an overlay of Pizza Port, and the Pixar Shorts Film Festival is still running here at the Tomorrowland Theater. But for Halloween time, which started today, you got Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy, and if you haven't been on that, that's kind of a Halloween overlay of the classic Space Mountain ride, with this cosmic entity kind of chasing you throughout the ride using projection effects. And it's pretty cool. It's just neat to have different versions of Space Mountain throughout the year. You know, we have the Star Wars one, Hyperspace Mountain, the regular version, and Ghost Galaxy at Halloween time. So that's pretty neat. Okay, and finally, as we leave Tomorrowland and head toward the exit of Disneyland, I just noticed these new balloons for Halloween time at the Disneyland Resort. They have the villains on them. Look, there's Ursula, you got Gaston, Scar, Jafar. These are going to be really, really popular, and they already are. People are buying them up left and right. So those are the new Halloween time balloons. You got the poison apple there with the queen from Snow White. Hook, Captain Hook. That's gonna be big. And here's the other simpler Halloween balloons that are on sale as of today. It's got Mickey on there, trick or treating, and it says Boo! So those aren't as popular as the villains ones, but those are cool too. And I think that is going to wrap it up for this episode, episode 13 of Inside Disneyland Resort, for the beginning of Halloween time here, 2018 at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure and Downtown Disney District. This is going to be a long episode. I have a feeling once I cut this together, it might be the longest one so far. Because that transition from summertime to Halloween time is a big one. So many things changed, taken away, so many things added for this season. And it'll stay like this until the beginning of November, when it starts to switch over to Christmas time. But thank you so much for watching. This is Mike Celestino from Inside the Magic. We'll see you real soon.